Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room for another little live get together. I am just seeing whether all the tech is working on my first week back after a little bit of a break. It all worked this morning with my lovely ladies, so that is looking good. Yes, looks as if I am live. So hello and welcome along. Thank you for joining me. I can see I've got some people in. I'm not seeing names pop up yet, but I'm sure they will. Say hello if you are here with me so I can see your name and welcome you along. So yeah, I've had a week off. Kathy is with us. Hi Kathy, thank you for joining me. And Antriana is here too. Hi Antriana, lovely to have you here. So yes, I've had well, actually 10 whole days off, and that is my first time having more than a week off, or a week off, since last November. So it was overdue and very much needed, and I really enjoyed it. Oh, we've got Ruby with us as well. Hi Ruby, and Deborah. Hello Deborah. Deborah's in my team. Nice to see you, Deborah. So yeah, I'm back in my craft room and I was really good. Now I don't know about you, if you work from home, you tell me how you are when you're not working, because I will find myself just coming into the craft room and I'll just do this job on the computer, or I'll just do a little bit of work, and then before you know it, you've worked all day. So I made a deal with myself that I wasn't going to do that, so I stayed out of my craft room. Which was hard, but I needed to, and I stayed off social media because so many of my friends are either stampers or Stampin' Up demonstrators, and I needed to have actually a whole break away from everything, and it was really lovely. So I read 4 whole books. I am a bit of a fast reader, but I read 4 books on my Kindle, which were all murder mysteries of all sorts of different ones. One was something that was a time travelling in the future. One was 1920s. So yeah, completely different things within the same genre. But yeah, that was kept me entertained and did lots of jobs around the house. All those annoying things that you think I really must deep clean the air fryer and deep clean the cooker and all of those things. So yeah, I did do a lot of those sort of jobs and some painting and things as well. But I did have a very nice relaxing time and played Mahjong with my husband a lot, which we learned in the first lockdown. We relearned, we'd forgotten how to play Mahjong. So we've been playing a bit of Mahjong as well to keep us amused. So we have Teresa joining us as well from across the Atlantic. Morning, Teresa. Kathy's not working right now, but you see, also when you are working, you can go, yeah, working, not working. Just look at Pinterest. That could be, I could be working. So we also fool ourselves like that as well. So yeah, so it was a good week off, and it looks like we've got Karen with us as well. Karen Kilner, hi, lovely to have you with us live. So what was I going to tell you today? Well, I've got a little bit of sneak peek news, which you may or may not already know, but the baby, the mini Stamp and Emboss, Stamp and Cut, Stampin' Up, Cut and Emboss machine, which we in Elizabeth's Craft Room are calling the Handyman for obvious reasons, because I can't say the real title. The mini version, which my ladies have named The Apprentice, is coming soon. So we are hopefully that is going to be the 5th of January. So if you want a late Christmas present, that could be it. I've actually just been making some vouchers up for it, because I know that some people are definitely going to want to have those late Christmas presents. So yeah, good for a voucher. And we've got June Arnold joining us. Hi June, lovely to have you with us. So yeah, that's exciting exciting news. As a demonstrator, I have got to order mine already. So it has not yet, I've been stalking the website and it has not left the German warehouse yet, but hopefully it will be winging itself to me over the next couple of days. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, we're getting some hearts. We're getting a couple of hearts for the mini Stampin'. You see, I can't do it. Stampin', cut and emboss. So yes, that is exciting, exciting news. The other thing that I have left my ladies to keep them busy while I was away for 10 days, as well as they got some daily content on our private Facebook group, but I also left them with a mega class to do. And I did show this over on the demonstrator planning place if you are a demo, but this is just a little bit of this mega class. So this, I think, could be a class in itself. Isn't that lovely with that foil? So this is a box of 5 cards and envelopes made with the Boho Indigo goodies. And if you haven't looked at those in detail, because sometimes I think you can skip past those kits and think, oh, I don't know if I'm a kit sort of person. Not a kit person, but these are so gorgeous and you get so much with them. So I would say have a little look at Boho Indigo. This is another part of the class. Kathy says, have you got a private Facebook group? What have I been missing? I have, Kathy, and it is for my face-to-face class ladies, because when we went into lockdown back in March, we talked about what are we going to do to keep together, and a lot of them were either had never been on Facebook or were very suspicious of Facebook. So I gave them the option to have a totally private group, which is just the ladies that come to my classes. So that's what we've stuck with. I've given them what they wanted, and I do something like this. I've been doing this since March every week for them. So, but very much the same sort of thing that I chat to all of you about here. So you're not missing anything. We had a look at some of these things. There's some of the things I'm going to show you today we looked at this morning. So yeah, so yes, just to go back to this. So we were, this is another gift box that is part of the class. And what we've got is we've got little mini cards inside and a place to put your postage stamps. And then that opens up. I should do this in front of the other camera actually. It's a bit easier to see. So this sort of slides out and then you've got big cards in the bottom. So altogether it was 15 cards, 5 note cards and envelopes, and 2 boxes, which makes kind of 2 gifts. And if you want to do this class, it is available as an online class. Get in touch with me if you want to know more about that. And this is where you find me, liz.shannon@icloud.com. Or if you're already on my newsletter list, you will have had it on the newsletter. Thank you for the hearts. Yes, so if you want to know more about that class, you can do it online. So it's a fun thing to do. So that was a little bit of what I was going to show you today, but the main thing I was going to show you is to have a little look at making Christmas ornaments with some of the Stampin' Up supplies that you may already have. So let me take you over to my other stand there and show you what we have. Close your eyes if you get dizzy. Right, here we go. Right, so I'm going to demonstrate one of the ornaments all the way through, and then I'm going to give you a bit of a show and tell with some of the others and just show you how I made them. I'm going to grab a ruler because this morning when I did this for my ladies, one of them was asking a couple of sizes, so I've got my ruler handy so I can answer about any sizes. And we've got Chris L. Hi Chris, how are you? And Pam has joined us. Hello Pam, nice to have you with us. Right, okay, so Christmas ornaments with maybe some Stampin' Up goodies you already have. Who has the wreath goodies from this year? Or perhaps one of the wreath dies that we've had on previous years as well. So this is a hanging two-sided ornament. Now this was the first one I made, and I kind of upgraded it a bit with the second version, so I will show you that one as well. So all I did here was to cut, I think it is a 2.5 inch, yeah, so I cut a 2.5 inch Whisper White circle, and then using the shaded spruce and the real red, I cut some of the leaves using the wreath dies. This is the set that is in the big book. Just see whether I can reach for it. No, it is totally hiding from me. I'm not sure where my dies are for that. You know how it is. Hi, Tina. Yeah, so if you've got those, or you've got the previous wreath, so I just laid those over the top, and then added some mini dimensionals to give it a little bit more depth on it. So this was my second attempt, and I like this one better. So the first thing I did was to give it a little bit more shine and bling by adding some of the, this is the brushed foil, and I think this is the champagne colour of the brushed foil, but any of the foils will work. Again, a 2.5 inch circle underneath. And you can see I have cut, using the wreath dies, I've cut this little poinsettia, and this is doubled up. So I've got a green layer at the bottom and then 2 red layers. And when you pop this out, it has little circles in the middle. And there is a tiny little circle die in the set, and what that is for is to make a little circle of a different colour, and in this case a little bit of champagne colour of the foil, so that you get that shine coming through, and it makes it really pop to do that. Okay, so that's a couple, and all I've done is with my ribbon is just put it in between the 2 layers of the circles to be able to hang on the tree. So that's the first ones that I made. Now I am going to show you something gorgeous that was made by one of my fellow demonstrators and one of my team. That's Tracy Mcdonald. You can find her at the Papercraft Studio. Online, if you Google that, you will find her gorgeous projects. Look at this. How amazing is this? So this is like your little Christmas village. Now, I'm pretty sure these dies have retired, but you may have them in your collection, or you may have something similar, or you may want to do some other sort of a diorama effect. Now, I've had this for, I've got a feeling Tracy gave me this 2 years ago. She did it in class, and I've got a feeling it was 2 years ago. I'm just going to open it up. So we still do these little boxes, so you can still get these from Stampin' Up. And I'm going to open it and turn it sideways because it's supposed to be down flat. But as I say, I've had it for a long time, and it's got a bit squished, so it does keep popping back up again. So I would suggest some tear and tape underneath. I expect that's what she used. But if you can see, that now shows you how it works. We've got a little piece coming along, and then it goes up and down. So she scored in a little 1/4 inch V, and then again, and then again, and then these were all together. If I turn it from above, you can see she's used some shimmer down at the bottom to make snow. Bring it back, Stampin' Up. We need our glimmer. And then she's cut the little houses to make this. Kathy says Tracy Mcdonald is on Corrie. Is she now? You see, I have to say, I am not a soap girl. I am not a soap watcher. So I did not know that. But as far as I'm concerned, Tracy Mcdonald is my lovely friend. So yeah, it's a cute little project, and of course then you can make a hole in the top and hang it on the tree, and yeah, fun project. So are you feeling inspired to go off and make some Christmas decorations? The next one I'm going to show you with a show and tell is this one here. Now this is done with Jar of Love, and I have got some tips on this, and of course is a double-sided shaker. I have used the same image both sides, but of course you can decorate however you like. I've got a couple of tips on this one. Let's just grab the stamps I'd use. Now I haven't got those out. You know, I tidied up in my craft room and I've obviously tidied too much. But anyway, we've got the little snowman on there. So what I started off with here is 2 circles of Whisper White. Now the Whisper White was about a 2.5 inch circle again. So I've got 2 of those which are going to go back to back, and that's where I'm going to stamp. But before I stamp, what I did was I took a square of the foil, which is that same brushed champagne foil, and I punched, using the jar punch, I punched that out. And I can't even see the jar punch. Where are you, jar punch? Here it is. Oh, I can't find anything today. Here we go. It's the jar punch. So I punched out of the square first, and then I ran it through the big shot with a 3 inch, I'm pretty sure that is, yes, with a 3 inch circle. And then you could position the aperture right in the middle. It was easiest to do it that way round. So I did that twice with 2 pieces. Then with a pencil, I marked on the cardstock where I was going to stamp, and stamped my little snowman images and cut those out. Then pop the jar, these jar pop-ups through, jar shakers through, and then put the white on the back. I put my ribbon in between the 2 pieces with tear and tape, and then stuck those together, and then we've got some snowflakes and some bling on the outside as well. Oh, and don't forget to put your shaker bits in. I do like these shakers, even though green isn't quite the right Christmassy colour, sort of, for the snow. I much prefer them to anything else, because they don't stick to the jar. So everything kind of keeps moving and shaking. So that's I like a bit of moving and shaking. So that actually works really well. Okay, finally, I am actually going to demonstrate something. I'm going to get on and do that. And that is using more dies that you may well have in your collection. And that is these In the Woods dies. They are just beautiful. I think they've been out for maybe 3 years. You've got a snowline one, and then these beautiful trees, which you can leave as a bare tree, or you can also decorate them to make them summer trees. You put little leaves on or stamp over them. Right, okay, so let's bring in the handyman. And you see, this would be just the time when I'm reaching for the mini. So I want one of these. I'm actually going to need 2 of these in Whisper White, but I have already cut one. Let's pop that through. Come on. Line it up and pop it through. So that's our first tree. I'm also going to cut one in the foil again. And this is the layer that goes on the top. Let's pop it the other way round. Now the reason I'm turning that round, and you may well know this, is because I don't want to put the foil all the way through, because it will start embossing on the plate. So as soon as that's gone and clonked, there we go, I'm going to come back in the other direction, because then it won't ruin the rest of the foil that's there, and I can still use that. So it's got little release holes in this one. I'm going to pop that out, and you can see all the texture that you get with this top layer. Now, of course, you can do these in green if you wish, but I did some white and silver cards last year, And so I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do some white and silver decorations? So the first thing I'm doing, if you can see, is just bending those little branchy bits backwards to give a little bit of lift and movement. And then I'm going to add some mini dimensionals to the back, and I'm going to try and avoid touching those branch bits too much. You can't really avoid it too much at the top, so we may just have to cope with that. And one there. Probably be enough to hold it with 3 there. You may put a couple more on if you wish. And then let's take our white piece and pop that over the top. Press that into place. So pretty and shiny, and that is going to catch the lights on your tree like there's no tomorrow. Right, now we have, if I take my other piece, we need to add in some ribbon. So let's take a little bit of this. This is it came in a duo, so there was a green one and a pink one in the current mini. Now we're not supposed to call them the autumn, winter and the spring and summer. What do you call them? Because it's just the mini, but at this point in my mind we've got 2 minis because I know about the one that's coming, so it all gets a bit confusing. Right, so I've just put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on there, and I'm going to put that on. Oh, it's twiddled. Line those up. They're not completely symmetrical, but then I just think that adds a little bit to them. Pretty. And then you would do the same on the other side. I won't repeat that because you've already seen me do it. That would be dull. But we do want to add bling. Now, I'm sure you know that, whoops, you can take your, that doesn't want to come off today, maybe I'm getting to the end of this one, not sure. I'm sure you know that you can take your regular rhinestones and colour them with blends. But there is an exception that I found, which is if you want to get nice bright red rhinestones, I found even like the Poppy Parade turns the rhinestones pink. I'm not really quite sure why. So I have gone back for my old favourites, which are the little red rhinestones. You get lots and lots and lots of them in the pack, so you can be really extravagant with them. And I think I want something just a little bit more. What's Kathy saying? Kathy says these ornaments are perfect for her tree as her cat knocks them down all the time. I saw your cat on Facebook this morning, Kathy. Yes, these are kind of cat proof. They won't break if they get knocked off. So I'm just going to tie a little knot right at the top of the tree. I've been a bit over extravagant with my ribbon there, so I'm going to have to trim that off. There we go. And then we'll have a little bow on the top of the tree. And then I would decorate the other side as well, so that when it's done, it's decorated all the way round. Now, another thing you could do is to make this a bit more 3D. So if you take another couple of pieces, another 2 pieces, and cut them out. So this would be in the white and in the silver. And what I would suggest you do is before you stick them together, I would fold them in half to get a good crease down them. Same with the silver, fold them in half and get a good crease. Hi Gail, I see Gail is joining us. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to join them back to back. So you're putting the silver on these as well, and then you're going to join those together back to back. You're going to put your ribbon in there before you put the third one on. Now the third one, let me just do it with this one because we haven't put anything on the back here. The third one, and I'm not afraid to risk it and bend this, but I would suggest you bend it before you stick the silver on, as we won't get as crisp a fold this time. But you get the idea. Also, now I've put the bling in not quite the right place. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on here and pop those together. And then we'll get a much more 3D tree look. So you can either go for the double-sided one, or you can go for the 3D one and obviously decorate on the other sides. And lots of bling. Thank you, Gail. She says they're pretty. That's really nice of you. I'm glad you like them. So yeah, I think it's an interesting thing to do, and I think also sometimes we get to this time of year and either we are rushing like crazy to get our Christmas cards done, or maybe if we've been on lockdown for most of the year, we've already done our Christmas cards. So we want to do some more Christmas crafting with our goodies that we already have in our craft room. So making Christmas ornaments is actually a really nice thing to do. You can wrap them up and post them. You can give them to neighbours. Although in the UK they have decided they're going to relax lockdown rules for a few days over Christmas. For me and many people who are high risk, that was not going to make any difference. Unfortunately, we're going to be home, and some of us are going to be home alone. So it is really nice to send a Christmas ornament to somebody you love and care about, somebody who you would like to be with, and they can just hang a little something up on their tree or in their room. For my mum, who is in a care home at the moment and can't have visitors right now, so we can send a little bit of Christmas joy. In fact, this week we sent my mum the advent calendar from the catalogue, and this was one that I made up last year, and then my nieces filled all the drawers with little projects that they'd made, or painted stones, or little gifts every single day. So she's really enjoying doing her advent, and then we talk to her a couple of times every day and she tells us what she's opened, so that's a really nice thing. Okay, well, thank you very much for visiting Elizabeth's craft room today. As I say, if you want to know more about the online class that I'm offering, do get in touch. And that's me. Drop me a quick line if you're not already on my newsletter list, and I will give you the information about that. But my ladies who have already done it have told me it is a really fun class to do, and it's like 2 classes for the price of 1. So there you go. It's definitely gone down well, and if you want to have a little play, you can't go wrong with a bit of Boho Indigo. It is just the most beautiful kit to use. So thank you all for joining me live today. Take care. Not quite sure when I will be next back doing a live, but I will give you fair warning and let you know when I'm going live again. Thanks for visiting today. Bye.